there. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some marketing stuff tonight, and I hope that this will be taken a little bit tongue in cheek, and hopefully, this will help to educate you just a little bit when you are asking a marketer to do particular things on a website or a tech person or whatever you're trying to do with your marketing. I get asked to do a ton of things with websites or with social media or with whatever that on the surface seem totally logical. And I will grant you, on the surface, it seems totally logical. And when the actual practice actually happens, when the requested item is put into practice, the reality for a lot of these things is that they don't actually make sense. And here's why. And here's a couple of things that I get requests for that on the surface seem totally reasonable. But when I explain why this isn't going to work for you, for your business, it'll make more sense. So, one of the things that I hear all the time from people is, especially with a service provider website, that they only want pictures and videos on their website. Sounds great. But they also want to have tremendous search engine optimization or SEO. They want to be found on Google. And unfortunately, it is really hard to rank on Google without text. Because, see, here's the thing about Google that you should really understand. Google doesn't understand or read videos, and it doesn't understand or read pictures. So it doesn't know what's in a picture. So if you have a website that is very graphics intensive, no text, Google cannot read your website, and you're probably not going to have the strongest SEO or search engine optimization. And I know that that is a little bit counterintuitive, but that is kind of the reality. Another thing that people tell me is that they want a super simple website. And a lot of times they want like a little scroller on the top page, a carousel. I personally, as a designer, hate carousels. I will tell you, there's very few things I actively really dislike. Carousels are one of those things. And the reason is this: they impact your page load speed. Nobody's going to sit there and watch and wait for them to load except for you. 95% of your people are probably going to be on mobile, so they'll never see that scroller thing. And it's a counterintuitive interface because most people start scrolling down the page. They're not expecting to scroll this way through the page. So when you see those carousels, yeah, they look great. They certainly look interesting to the person who designed them. And a lot of people are like, ooh, I want that shiny thing on my website. But please know they make your page load slower. Nobody's going to see it, or they're probably not going to wait to see it. And they're not going to improve conversion on your website. Believe it or not, simple and long form is best for conversion. So there's a lot of things that we do on websites that are maybe counterintuitive. One of them is putting quite a bit of text on the front page of the website, like a long form sales page. The reason we do that is that a lot of times people will not go clicking throughout your site. They want the information that they want right there on the front page of your website. So if you ask your website designer or your website person to create a website for you that doesn't have the basic information that somebody's going to need to make a decision about your business on the front page of your website, then chances are it's not going to convert very well. The other thing is, I get a lot of requests to take buttons off of pages. Within reason, I actually prefer to have lots and lots and lots of buttons on a page that all go to pretty much exactly the same call to action or pretty close to it. They might have an about me or a services tab or something like that. But generally what we're doing is we're giving that person on a mobile device the opportunity to click and contact us a bunch of times. And it makes it much easier to get the page to actually convert. If there's a button at the very top of the page, believe it or not, not at the very tippy top of the page, but above the fold, especially on mobile, people are more likely to convert. They're more likely to shop. They're more likely to buy. And we really like that. So there's lots of things that people ask me to do when it comes to search engine optimization or trying to get a website to convert that make absolutely no sense. And there's a lot of reasons that I end up pushing back. You have to understand, menus don't look the same on mobile as they do on desktop. So you can design super fancy menus and nobody's going to see them. And in fact, one of the things I've discovered is nobody's going to go clicking through the menus anyway. So I hope that this helps. I hope you're having an awesome week. I may or may not actually see you tomorrow. I'm headed up to see my son for Parents Weekend on Saturday morning, and I am probably going to have a really early night of it tomorrow because it has been a super crazy long week here. Have a great night. I'm Haley Gray. I hope you'll book a call with me and let's chat and see how I can be a resource for you for marketing your business. Thanks. Have a good night.